Have you ever walked past someone in a worn hoodie and faded jeans, assuming they were broke, only to discover later they owned half the buildings on that street? Meanwhile, the guy in the designer suit is 3 months behind on his car payments. By the end of this video, you'll understand the 6 powerful reasons why truly wealthy people choose to look poor. And when you hear reason number 5, you'll discover why chasing validation through clothes is the fastest way to stay broke forever. Here's what most people get wrong. They think wealth means logos, labels, and luxury cars parked in the driveway. They believe success should be visible, loud, and undeniable. But the richest people on earth understood something critical. Real power whispers. It doesn't shout. Warren Buffett still lives in the house he bought in 1958 for $31,000. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same grey t-shirt every day. These aren't accidents. They're strategic choices that protect and multiply wealth, while everyone else is busy going broke trying to look rich. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need millions to start thinking this way. The moment you stop dressing for strangers and start building for yourself, everything changes. So let's start with reason number 1. Most people see wealth as a costume. Designer bags, Rolex watches, tailored suits. They post their purchases online, hoping strangers will notice and assume success. They believe that looking rich is the first step to becoming rich. But here's what's really happening. While they're spending thousands on appearances, truly wealthy people are funneling that same money into assets that generate income. The crowd mistakes silence for struggle. Meanwhile, stealth wealth builds empires in the shadows. So let's dive into number 1. Dressing poor protects your wealth from those who want to take it. The moment you flash money, you become a target. Strangers assume you can afford to lend them cash. Distant relatives suddenly remember your birthday. Salespeople triple their prices the second they see your watch. Even worse, lawsuits and scams follow visible wealth like sharks following blood in the water. Rich people understand that privacy is a fortress. When no one knows what you have, no one can scheme to take it. You walk through life without a target on your back. Your net worth stays your business, not the neighborhood's gossip. Think about it this way. A millionaire in a plain Toyota blends into traffic. No one keys his car. No one follows him home. No one files frivolous lawsuits hoping for a settlement. But the same millionaire in a Lamborghini, he's a magnet for problems he never asked for. The lesson is simple. Wealth that's seen is wealth that's vulnerable. Silence is the ultimate security system. Number 2, looking poor keeps your spending disciplined. Here's the trap most people fall into. They buy one luxury item to celebrate success. A designer jacket, an expensive watch, a premium handbag. Suddenly everything else in their life looks shabby by comparison. Their old car embarrasses them. Their furniture feels cheap. Their entire wardrobe needs an upgrade to match. Psychologists call this the Diderot effect. One fancy purchase triggers a cascade of unnecessary spending. You end up replacing perfectly good things just to match the new standard you set. Before you know it, thousands of dollars vanish into thin air. Wealthy people avoid this trap by keeping their baseline simple. When your daily uniform is jeans and a plain shirt, there's no pressure to upgrade everything around it. Your brain never enters the comparison game. You save money without even trying because your environment doesn't demand it. Time after time, people discover they're going broke trying to maintain an image they created for strangers who don't care. Meanwhile, the truly rich wear the same outfit for years and invest the difference. But before we get to reason 5 that I warned you about, let me show you reason 3. Modest clothing filters out fake relationships. Imagine walking into a room wearing head-to-toe luxury brands. People approach you instantly. They laugh at your jokes. They compliment your style. They want to grab coffee and discuss opportunities. It feels great. You feel important. But here's the question. Are they drawn to you or to what they think you can do for them? Now imagine the same room, same you, but dressed in a plain hoodie and worn sneakers. Suddenly the crowd thins, only a few people approach. But these people? They're interested in your ideas, not your wallet. They listen when you speak. They offer real value instead of flattery. Wealthy people understand this filter. When you look average, you attract authentic connections. The people who stick around are the ones worth keeping. Friends who respect you for who you are, not what you own. Business partners who see potential, not just a checkbook. Rich folks have learned the hard way. Flashy clothes attract flashy people. Most of them disappear the moment money gets tight. but the friends you make while looking ordinary. Those relationships last because they were never about the money in the first place. Dressing poor is a test. It separates real allies from opportunists. And in the long run, real relationships build more wealth than shallow networks ever could. Number 4. Stealth wealth gives you freedom to fail without judgment. Picture this. You're launching a business. It's risky. Most startups fail. You might lose money. You might look foolish if it doesn't work. But if you've been living modestly all along, no one notices when you stumble. There's no Instagram audience waiting to mock your failure. No neighbours whispering about your downfall. You fail quietly, learn the lesson, and try again. Now imagine you've been flexing Gucci belts and posting luxury vacations for years. When your business fails, the entire internet watches. Comments flood in, screenshots circulate, your credibility collapses. The shame becomes so heavy that you're afraid to try again. Wealthy people protect their freedom to experiment by keeping their wealth invisible. When no one knows you're rich, no one cares if you fail. That freedom is priceless. It lets you take risks, pivot fast, and build empires without the weight of public opinion crushing every move. Meanwhile, the guy flashing his Rolex is trapped. He can't afford to fail publicly, so he plays it safe, never risks anything bold, and quietly stagnates while pretending everything is perfect. That pressure, it kills more dreams than lack of money ever could. Now, reason number 5 is the one that reveals the dark side of visible wealth. This is where most people realize they've been playing the game backwards their entire lives. Number 5. Looking rich makes you a slave to other people's opinions. Let's be honest, when you wear luxury brands, you're not dressing for yourself, you're performing. Every outfit is a statement. Every purchase is a message. You're trying to prove something to someone. Maybe it's old classmates who doubted you. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's strangers on the internet who don't even know your name. But here's what you don't realize. The moment you start chasing validation through possessions, you hand control of your life to other people. You buy things to impress them. You take jobs you hate to afford things they expect. You stay in debt to maintain an image they think you should have. Think about the mental exhaustion. You can't wear the same outfit twice in photos. You can't drive last year's car model. You can't be seen at a discount store. Every decision becomes a performance review where strangers are the judges. Wealthy people refuse to play this game. They realized early that external validation is a trap with no exit. The more you chase it, the more it costs. The more it costs, the less freedom you have. And in the end, you're rich in things but poor in peace. The irony? The moment you stop trying to look successful is the moment you actually become successful, because now your money works for you instead of working for a stranger's approval. Number 6. Modest dressing forces you to build real self-worth. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Expensive clothes are emotional crutches. They make you feel important when you are insecure. They provide confidence when you lack it internally. Strip away the logos and many people feel naked, exposed, worthless. But wealthy people understand something deeper. Confidence built on possessions is fragile. It disappears the moment trends change or income drops. Real confidence comes from skills, accomplishments, and character. Things no one can take away. When you dress simply, you're forced to prove your value through actions, not accessories. You learn to command respect through competence, not clothing. You discover that people listen to your ideas regardless of your outfit. That shift is powerful. The gap between fake confidence and real confidence is where true wealth lives. Fake confidence needs constant reinforcement. Real confidence just exists. It doesn't shout. It doesn't perform. It simply is. And people sense that difference immediately. Rich people invest in becoming valuable, not looking valuable. They know that skills compound, but shoes don't. They'd rather spend money on courses, books, and mentors than on brands that lose value the moment you walk out of the store. Now, here's the bigger truth behind all this. You're not just learning about fashion choices, you're discovering the fundamental difference between people who stay trapped and people who break free. You're not just changing what you wear, you're changing who you serve. Every time you skip the designer label, you're choosing freedom over approval. Every time you drive the reliable car instead of the flashy one, you're investing in your future instead of strangers' opinions. That shift in thinking compounds faster than any investment ever could. Think about it. The gap between appearing successful and being successful is where real wealth gets built. When you stop performing for an audience, your money finally works for you. When you stop chasing validation, your decisions become strategic instead of emotional. That's not just saving money, that's reclaiming your entire life. Here's what to keep in mind. Every purchase is a vote for the life you want. Designer clothes vote for temporary approval. Simple clothes vote for long-term freedom. The choice seems small in the moment, but multiply it by 1,000 decisions over 10 years, and you're looking at completely different lives. That's the real difference between people who look rich and people who are rich. The first group performs daily, the second group builds quietly. The first group needs constant validation. The second group doesn't care what strangers think. The good news, you can adopt that mindset starting today. Are you ready to stop dressing for strangers? Open your closet right now. Pick one expensive item you bought to impress others. Sell it. Invest the money. Let this be the moment everything shifts. If you've made it this far, you're already different. You're not like most people who chase validation and empty status symbols. You're someone who values freedom, privacy, and real wealth over temporary applause from strangers. And I bet you've already hit that subscribe button, haven't you? Because you know this channel is about building actual wealth, not fake appearances. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Hit the bell. Drop a like. Now tell me in the comments, what's the most expensive thing you ever bought just to impress someone else? Let me know. I read every comment. Thanks for watching. Stop dressing for strangers. Start building for yourself. I'll see you in the next one.